Hello, this is Victor at RestoringMercedes.com. This video is for Wayne in Maryland. It's a windy day today, so might have some wind in the background. Alright, so what do we have here? To be honest with you, I don't even know what year it is, but it seems to be 93. Let's double check on that. So yes, it's a 93 model year, Mercedes-Benz 600 SL, and it has 93,000 miles, but it's been sitting. It has some issues, so it's going to be pretty much part one. Now, first of all, it's August of 2018, and the last sticker I see here, let's see if it picks up. No, it doesn't pick up because there's too much sun. There it goes. The last sticker is of 2015, so it appears that this car has been sitting for 3 years, and you can tell. But interior is in really good condition, to be honest with you. There's a minimal wear on the bolster here, but other than that, well, a little splitting on the seat there, and a little bit of a wood delamination here. But other than that, it looks pretty good. Even headlight switch is nice and tight, which is nice. So, well, a little separation on the seat here, this manual in there and whatnot, but interior is actually pretty good. So let's just concentrate on what we have to do. Yes, 93s, they close like this, because in 95 model years the window drops a little bit, so the door closes easier. So overall condition, yes, it's been sitting for a long time. So first thing I did is that I blew out drains, because obviously the drains, if they're not cleaned, like in this area, the water will overflow. Like I have the car over there from Virginia, and the drains were clogged up and water got inside the cabin because we had a very heavy rain recently. So, and I took it apart and cleaned it. So this is the car. All right, so outside is decent, but it needs a good buff because paint is a little faded a little bit. But clear coat is in place, so everything's in place. As you see how long it's been sitting because of all this dirt accumulated on it. Lot of it. But yeah, so that's that. Now, battery had been recharged and it actually holds charge. That's good. The engine starts, engine runs. That's also good. The problems that I see here is obviously the wiring, because these wires seem all to be original. So that's that. And we'll have to deal with throttle body ASR situation, but so far I haven't seen the ASR problem to show up, so that's not too bad. A little bit of moisture here, that's strange. There's nothing in this area really. I don't know why it's moist, but I'll figure this out. But again, this is the first time I'm making a video about this car. Well, this valve over here, I don't know why it's down there. It's supposed to be sitting here. The hoses are routed. Okay, well, I'll figure that out later anyway. So the first things first, let me just start it up real quick just to show you that it actually runs and the immediate issues that I see with it. AC works great, to be honest with you. I really like it. So all light bulbs are in place. It starts. We got no check engine, we got suspension light, we have low coolant and the windshield washer fluid, but that's irrelevant. It actually runs pretty good, so I'm not gonna run it for too long. But suspension light does not reset when I turn the wheel, so we do have a problem with suspension somewhere. I have to figure that out. We have a horrible knock on the bottom of the car. That is terrible, to be honest. Scary, actually. The roof doesn't work, unfortunately. When I open the roof, on the rear portion comes up and then it stops. So closes but it does not open. So that is something to look into. That is that. Shifter linkage bushings are gone. This thing is like nowhere to be found where the gear is. So obviously that is to be done. ASR is a little weird, but you put on the AS, you shut down the ASR, the light comes on. When you shut it off, they blink. Kind of bizarre to me. That's weird. This switch is broken, not really relevant, but still it is broken nonetheless. So that is a good thing to have. Suspension activates, but the suspension light is on and the car rides very stiff. The exterior mirror, interior mirror, it moves, but it kind of stops when it goes to the right. The maximum, it's sort of enough, so I don't think I'm gonna really be messing with it too much because this is very fragile stuff. Okay, again, I'm not gonna run the car for too long because second thing I want to do is I want to wash it. Antenna is broken. The door locks do not work. This piece is pushed out a little bit. I don't understand. I don't know why. But again, this is what I'm seeing at the moment. There is a very strange situation with these lights because when you lock the car, they stay lit dimly, very dimly. There's a little, it's like the pump when it works, and then it just shuts off. There's a leak in the door locking system somewhere. So that is what I see at the moment. The horrible knock from the front, that's very bad. The car rides very stiff. That's also to be determined what's going on. The antenna mast, obviously we don't have it. Third brake light, usual scenario. Third brake light does not work. Surprisingly, struts, they hold, which is actually pretty cool, because usually these never hold. Well, these hold, so that's good. This cover is missing. I got the car without the cover, so yeah. So third brake light is most likely these wires here. A roof situation to be determined. So there was one light was out, and other than that we're okay. I drove this car actually about 2 miles. It drove quite well. The power is there. There's really no horrible knocking on suspension, just at the left side. I don't know what's wrong with that. Well, I'll take a look at it. And usual things, the throttle bodies are original and they need to be done for sure. Mass airflow sensor wires right here, they're probably original. I'm gonna actually let's see if I can show it to you. I actually haven't looked into it yet. Let me go grab my screwdrivers real quick, and we'll just take a look if I can actually see them, see the wires in there, and that's possible. So I'll just take this cover off, and I have my vacuum cleaner here with me, so I'm gonna vacuum the areas that I could, and then I'm gonna pressure wash this thing, because you can't really work on the engine with all this loose stuff all over the place, because it's gonna be going in and out. Okay, now let's take a look here. No, I won't. No, maybe I will be able to show it to you. I haven't looked into those yet, so I can't say what is going on. I see this bolt had been removed at some point, so let's take it out. I can take it out just by doing it with my hand, so that is definitely something that was removed at some point. Whoa, this is so dry. Oh my god. Probably from sitting for the most part, because it seemed to be original, everything. Yeah, nothing has been touched here. Okay, so mass airflow sensor wires. Let's take a look here. So here's the loom right here, right? The mass airflows. You got the mass airflow here, and I don't want to cut it. That's why I just want to. Oh, Also the lower harness, let's take a look at this one while I'm at it. Lower harness is to be done because you already see the crack right there in the wire. Yeah, this is original, so you can see crack in wires right there. That's the best part of this harness. So you already see right there the cracks. Okay, mass airflow, mass airflows, mass airflows, mass airflows. Take a look at those. This is to be done anyway, so I'm not bothered by moving these things around. This is our throttle body loom. Right here, this is fine. This part is always good. And of course it's wrapped on the other side. Okay, that's why I got my knife. Doing this live, I haven't looked into them yet. This one is just to see it without cutting the... This is how you can test it on any car basically. I'll be surprised if those are nice. Yeah, these are cracking already. Again, this is a good part. Alright, so here. I don't know if the camera picks it up. I can't see myself in this camera. In the zoom. Okay. So, what are we looking at here? We have this one, for example. I'm just gonna pick one. You see the crack right here? Again, this is a better part of the loom. See, this is just separating. This is a better part of the loom, and there are more down there, obviously right here. So there are more of them. So mass airflows, of course, standard kind of thing. So we have to do those as well. Most likely that little piece is leaking too. That's a common thing. MOT valves, I'm not sure yet. The evap system valves, don't know. But throttle bodies, I'm not gonna touch as at the moment. I'm gonna remove them and then I'm gonna rebuild them. That's a given. It has to be done. So right now we know mass airflows, lower harness, and throttle bodies. Injector harness was replaced. You can see this is a fresh one. Okay, this is not original. And on this side, if I can show it to you, but well, maybe if I lift this up, I don't know, for some reason I like to look at them on the driver's side. So this one was replaced, you can tell, because wires are nice and colorful, and this sheeting right here looks good. So the zip tie here tells me that yes, somebody worked in this location. So this is basically where we are at the moment. So right now, and suspension situation, I don't know what's with the suspension. I have to connect my computer to figure out. It doesn't feel like accumulators are blown, but there's something going on with the suspension anyway. Oh, there's a mouse nest in there too, so that I will vacuum. And so far so good. I have my suspension reservoir, has fluid in it. It's not full, but it's there, so that's a good sign. Sometimes the valves leak, so I have to check into those. Engine runs nice, I like it. And of course the padding, well, they all go bad, so not surprising. Alright, so this is what I'm gonna do. I just wanted to make the video before so you can see the roof has been probably folded for a while, or has been sitting for a while outside like that. And the paint work, it's quite dull, but this should come back to shining again. It's just weathered, but if it's polished right, it should come back up to be nice and shiny again, because clear coat is there. It just needs to be buffed, and it needs to be polished first and then buffed. Police on the water. Yeah, police on the water chasing somebody. That's crazy. All right, anyway, as the waterfront is right there, the water is right there, I can see them. So this is where we are at this point, and I guess let's move on. First the vacuum, then all of that stuff. I'm gonna wash the engine because, and with just regular water though. I'm not gonna use no degreasers or anything, because I would rather have water evaporate and not to have smell of degreaser all over the engine bay when I work around it. And later on, maybe I'm gonna just do a little, like a quick rinse and wash it off with like engine dresser. Strut mounts seem to be okay at this point. Again, 93,000 miles. The mileage seems to be original. It seems like this is all original vehicle. Not many things were touched and done on it. So actually, let's take a look at how often oil was changed. Oh, it's pretty nice. Look at that. Yeah, very nice. Look at that. Clean. Oil was changed on time. I like that. So the cap could use replacing because there is a crack in it that can cause vacuum leak. Might, but I'm not saying that it is causing vacuum leak, but it might. All right, well, anyway, so this is where we are, and then we're gonna get to this when I get to work on it more, and we'll see. I'll make another video. This is actually a shot of mass airflow sensors grounds. You can see the crack in here, and a second one right there, the cracking right there. So we know that these wires are to be replaced. Lower harness, mass airflow, throttle bodies, the standard kind of situation. All right, so I'm gonna cut it quits. Interior, there's nothing really to talk about inside the car, because inside the car everything seems to be in order to me. Seats move, shifter linkage, yeah, but that's under the car. Shifter linkage. Bolts for sale. I'm just looking to see what's out there. I'm gonna sell my little boat, so yeah. So this is where we are. Door locks, of course, a must to do, and a roof. A roof needs to be done. Third brake light, door locks, wiring, suspension. This is the list for now. And suspension and the knocking in the front, that horrible noise, I don't know what it is. I gotta see, maybe the spring is cracked or something. It feels like it or something to me. Let me take a look. I haven't even looked in there. Well, the boot is a little kind of cracked, but that's not critical. Take a look on the bottom of the car real quick. Relatively dry under. Pretty nice. And the spring seems to be in place. Okay. The spring is there. So I don't know, I have to look under to see what's going on. Air conditioner is really nice in this car. I'm really happy with that because it's pretty hot out. Something is touching, something is banging. I don't know what that is. I need to look. I need to check it out a little more. Ball joints seem to be in place. And what else is there? Well, at the lower part of the shock, that's attached to the knuckle. I don't know. That's kind of weird. I don't know what that is. It seems to be tight. Well, the car is obviously on the ground, so I can't, I cannot force. I cannot apply lots of force because obviously I'm holding the camera in one hand and trying to move suspension. That's not happening. All right, so let me just finish it at this and start working on it, because first is vacuum, then clean, and then we'll move on with projects. We'll move on with things to do. I probably will start with suspension, to be honest with you, because I want that suspension light off the dash, because if I need to buy accumulators, then or any other parts, they will have to be ordered. So while they're on their way, I can work on the wiring harnesses, throttle bodies, and stuff like that, and we'll take it from there, because this is actually pretty good. I mean, I'm pretty impressed. I mean, the car is not really, it looks bad, yes, a bit. It's just because it's been sitting. I mean, it'll come back to life. Here it is. The wiring harness was done in 2001. These seem to be resealed, so somebody was here at some point of time. As you can see, that doesn't seem to be original silicone. Yeah, you can tell somebody was here for sure, because the bolt is just there laying. One of the ignition cable is just loose. So yeah, somebody did something here at some point of time. It seems like thermostat is stuck open. but it might start working again, because it's just probably because car's set for a while, needs to go through a few cycles. So obviously seeing the screw here tells me that, yeah, somebody was doing something there, just left the screw in there. Now this piece is broken. That's just because this is what you remove when you do oil change, so somebody broke that. And some rust on the this is our receiver dryer. I can spray it with silicone spray later on. Once it's all finished, I'm probably gonna spray it with silicone spray. Like I have this marine stuff, stop corrosion, pretty good stuff. I use it for everything. It's silicone spray, and it prevents corrosion on top of just lubricating, so that's good stuff. And it's safe for rubbers, very important. Okay, so this is all for me. This is Victor at historiamercedes.com. Part 1 for Wayne. Part 1 for Wayne in Maryland, 93 600 SL. Thank you for watching.